Alright, this lesson is going to take you through and show you how to do the arm and the nut. And this is actually going to be your first one where it's really important that you do save your parts correctly, that you create them correctly, because we're going to assemble them. So that's all part of this problem. First step one will be to draw up parts. Step two will be to assemble them, and so forth. Again, everything I'm getting from the PowerPoint, I'm going to open. This time I'm going to make sure I open a metric one, all right? And then I'll go through 10, 10, 1, 1. And we're going to start drawing. We're just following this. So again, I'm just following the instructions that you can get in the PowerPoint. If it's hard to see, because some of you have said that, simply zoom in on it so that you can see what we're drawing here. Nothing is miraculous. Nothing is new from anywhere else. Okay, new, metric. Again, regular metric part, create. So everything we've done up to now has been in inches this time. Now we're going to be drawing. Sorry. In metric. Tools. Yes, I want the grid on this time. And 1. Because this one's not so bad when we draw because it's not going to be there. Alright, let's start off with the first shape. Our first shape is shiitake mushrooms. Alright, let's do some drawing here. And we'll snap to grid for right now. So I'm simply drawing a line down. Remember, none of these are special. Okay, if you want to do that, that's fine. Turn snap to grid off. So my first one was 22. This one is 32. And all I'm doing, just drawing as I'm going. 52. See, I can type it in. There it goes. 22. Alright, next. Circle. Circle. 8. There. Oh, we have a fillet of the radius 5. And 11. Trim. Okay, I'm going to finish the sketch. I'm going to extrude it. 13. Symmetrical again, just because I like it to be symmetrical. Let's zoom out. I want to rotate it around because I'm going to create a new sketch. Because I want to look at this side, this view. Alright, I'm going to create another 2D sketch on this surface. And essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a rectangle so that I can cut it out. So this rectangle needs to have a dimension of, and I'm going to go look so I don't forget, of total. Okay, there it goes. So I have my center line there. Okay. 1. From the bottom here to the top of that is 30. I want it to be exactly 0.256. All right. All right, very good. It should be centered. Done. Get rid of this one now. And I'm not worried about trimming and making it pretty because this is simply going to be used to cut. I'm going to do a cut extrude. So it's the same extrude function except for I'm going to cut. See the option underneath it as a cut? I'm going to pick the surface. And let's go. And now it didn't go all the way through. Why didn't it go all the way through? So I'm going to open up the extrusion again. So open up the extrusion again, and I did distance. So I told it a specific distance. So this time I want to say all. When I do all, notice that it goes all the way through. Now, the reason why I use all is because maybe I have to come back later and I have to change the size of the circle and it becomes going wider or thicker. And I've changed it to all. Well, whatever that is, it'll still cut through all. Okay, next step, spin the sucker around. Orbit tool. Ew. A sketch on the surface. There we go. And we're going to create the shaft that goes onto this body. Okay. Now we're simply going to draw You could also do the points, but we want it to be 11. So you want to make sure that this from here to here is 11, not 12. And we want to make sure that's 6.5 in. And it is. Okay. Next, I'm going to draw a circle. 13. There we go. And now I'm going to erase those lines. Remember, you can always simply put a point, and you can dimension a point just the same as you would anything else. All right, so you don't always have to do lines. It just kind of depends on what works best for you. In my case, I kind of like lines at times because my vision's easier to see them. Your vision's better, you can simply use a point. Okay, next we're going to extrude this 51. Finish the sketch. Extrude that surface. 51. Okay. Kind of looks like a bunny rabbit with a big long nose, right? Or it also kind of looks like an old-fashioned movie theater. That's one of the different ones that it's been described as in the past. Now I'm going to put a 1 mil chamfer around this edge. So chamfer works just like a fillet except for it's a straight cut edge. And again, that 1 mil. Right there. Apply. Okay. Let's see if I can get the orbit tool to work here so you can kind of see a little bit better. So see, all I did was just a little chamfer it. Okay, now we're going to apply the thread to the shaft here. Under here in the modify, there's a thread option. Select, and you could go in and actually change. You can change the type of it needs to be. This one we want it to be an NC metric. Okay, NC metric is fine. 14 is fine. 6 is fine. 14 by fine. It could be right-handed, it could be left-handed, so that depends on which direction it needs to screw on when you're going to screw the bolt on the nut. You can do different ones. You can pick different ones in here as we need, but we're just going to sit with the metric. See, there's all different kinds. So if you know what kind of screw and thread that you need to use, we can apply it this way. All right, spin around again. And there we go. Very good. So we want to save this piece now as the arm. Again, go to your folder. Inventor.